What's going on, guys? Today we are going to finally scape this ADA45P. I am so excited. I hope you are too. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, guys, to another episode on Natquascape, a channel that does unboxings and reviews of products related to planted aquariums and aquascaping, and also where we do different setups of different styles of tanks, whether they be low tech, medium tech or high tech planted setups or aquascapes.
It sound right, boys. Sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Alright guys, so here is the scape from the top. Showing some shots from the front. So I'm just going to take you guys round to have a look. Okay, so the reason why I've stacked lots of rock is, one, I didn't want to use glue to kind of hold down all of the hardscape and the wood. I just wanted the rock to actually hold down the wood, and actually in doing that you get a more natural look and a natural feel, because that is what would happen in nature. You know, you wouldn't glue things down in nature. In the ADA45P that I've got just here, oh, you can't see, the lights are off, I'll keep that off. It's all glued down. One is a real faff, and I didn't really enjoy doing that because it was a faff and it's long-winded, and I'm fairly lazy. I don't like that. I want my scapes to be quick. Although saying that, this wasn't really quick because I had to faff around with making sure I get a good layer of lava rock to lock down everything, and also make sure that all of the substrate that's going to come out the back doesn't flow to the front. I've always had problems with that actually. Even when I plugged it with wool and stuff, you always get a little bit, but hopefully I'm not going to have a problem with that, because at the front I'm going to have some sand at the front there. So yeah, there it is from here. If we just look at the side, get a good shot from the side, you can kind of see the height. You know, here's my hand, so hopefully I'll get a good level of substrate up there, and then taper it down as it goes towards the back. Right, let's get the substrate in. I'm going to use a little bit of the ADA Parasail Special S. So I've used this in previous scapes, another ADA good. You can check out some other videos where I use this material. Let's get this stuff in. Not going to buy any new stuff, just let's use this ADA Colorado sand. In it goes. Just totally forgot to add some smaller bits to the front just to make it a bit more natural. Make sure you have some crushed bits, small bits that you can interdisperse at the front and around certain areas so that you give that sense of kind of scale and depth, and you know, just make it look a bit more aesthetically pleasing and more natural, more importantly. Alright, so I think having that rock there, that rock there and that rock there should lock everything down. It's compressing on all of the rest of the black lava rock. That should be enough to keep everything down, just in case the black lava rock is too light and the wood starts floating up. Oh, fingers crossed. I'm pretty nervous. So this scape has been cycling for about a month now. I've tested the ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, and everything is okay. So I'm ready for planting. So here we have the ADA45P, white fungus spores, totally natural. I've done no water changes in here. Loads of diatoms occurring on the wood, nice natural growth. That will brush off really easily. Brown stuff on the glass, no problem, ain't worried about that whatsoever, because I've literally let this tank just cycle without any plants, without any water changes. So what I'm going to do now is just prepare the plants and clean all of this up with a toothbrush, get it all clean, and then we're ready for planting. Okay, so there is the hardscape. As you saw, used an old toothbrush that I normally use for maintenance. Just clean all of the kind of wood. Don't need to clean the rocks actually. And use a sponge to clean the glass. Job done. Took me about 10 minutes. Did a water change. Filled it up with fresh water. Left it overnight. Prepped the plants. They are sitting in the ADA60P and in the small Hugo Kamishi tank. So they've all been prepped, but I just stuck them back in there just because I didn't have time last night. But yeah, it's all looking good, all looking clean. So there is the weeping moss. I just add a bit of dab of glue, I rip the moss up, and then I just take a pinch and I literally just, whatever comes off my fingers and goes onto the wood, that is that basically. So yeah. So it looks a bit unsightly at the moment, but trust me, this is what I did in the ADA60P and the moss looked amazing afterwards. Already, you know, I feel like this scape is already coming to life. As soon as you add plants to a hardscape, oh my god, it makes such a difference. What I'm already loving about this hardscape is how much dark areas I have. I have nice dark areas, and then the light will hit at the top where the moss is, and that's where I've placed the moss. I've placed the moss strategically where the light will kind of hit, and then I have some moss just going into the dark areas just a little bit, just on the point where we're starting to get a little bit of light. So yeah, I just feel like this plant is just a bit too big for this scape, and I think it just looks a bit ridiculous. I'm not happy with that. I think if I had something a lot deeper, maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna pull it out. All right, so this plant here that I'm holding with my tweezers is called the Modania Casac, and then I just replanted the Rotala orange juice again. Nah, still not done. If you notice, I've just put some Hygrophila pinnitifida around here. Right, now we're ready to fill the tank up. Okay, so this is much better. It's the next day, and yeah, I'm really happy with this scape now. Looks so much better. Looking forward to all this moss growing over here, these stem plants growing, the pinnitifida. Hopefully I can take clippings off and spread that out as well, and also the Boost Kadang as well. Hopefully that will grow nicely as well. Okay, so that's the ADA45P scaped. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on updates on how this tank is working out and what fertilization I'm using and what other additives I'm using on this tank as well. The ADA45P needs a rescape. It's time, and so does this Pebble aquascape in their small 45cm Hugo Kamichi tank. In next week's video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how I'm scaping the Superfish 45 litre aquascape aquarium. So subscribe and don't miss out on that. Until then, see you in the next video. Ta-ra.